It's Friday. Happy Friday. You know what? I just realized I forgot to share this on Facebook. So let me do that really, really quick. But yeah, it's Friday, y'all. Um, I done made 3 days in a row. I'm excited. Because I fell off that horse, but I didn't jump back on now. So we're gonna make it do what it do. So let me see. I'm gonna share this real quick. And I have a special guest today. I am so excited to have somebody come on here with me. One time before, 92 got on with me. And then my brother came by one time, he got on with me. Today, y'all get to finally meet, so to speak, one of the bestest that I'm always talking about. And that is Tanisha. She is the one I'll tell you about yesterday that saved my life and told me to take that damn job. She told me what I was in school for when I was completely in the dark. So let me bring Tanisha up while I try to see if I can get my computer to do right because it is frozen. So let's see here. Uh, hey, Miss Tanisha.
Hey everybody.
I'm so glad and excited to have you on here with me today. I'm so used to coming on here talking to myself. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. And who better than one of the people that knows me better than probably you probably know me better than pretty much anybody. So
That would be me.
that would be you. I'm so excited to have you on as a guest. Now, Tanisha and I have known each other since Lord have mercy. I'm about to tell our age. We met in college in '96. So that's what, almost 30 years? 28? No, 27 years ago?
27.
Yeah,
It will be
I ain't gonna,
27 years on August the 8th, I think.
okay. See, I'm not as good as I used to be with the numbers. So my math don't always be mathing, but hey, it's okay. Um, yeah, I met Tanisha 27 years ago. Lord have mercy. We was just some little young country children. Because one thing that I found so um cool about when I met her is how much we actually had in common that we didn't, and we were just meeting. Um, so you come from a family of four. I come from a family of four. Um, what else we had? We both came from small town. Basically small little country all black towns.
We
Uh,
were both our class salutatorians.
right. We were both salutatorians, and we had the same major when we first started college. We were both
That's
originally
correct.
we were both originally going for pharmacy.
That's correct.
And Lord have mercy, how in the world the tables got turned and we got routed to UAB. But it's this dynamic degree. I have no idea. It wasn't nothing but the law. Because I couldn't have predicted this whole turn of events if I had to. Then so that just go to show you never know. So like how long? I think when we met, I had came to UAB in '94. When did you get there?
I got there in September of 94 too.
Okay, so and then the other crazy thing, we found out we lived a street over from each other. Both of us stayed off campus, and my apartment was on Fifth Avenue South, and you were what on six or
6th
four?
Avenue South.
Fifth Avenue South. What kind of mess is that? That is so crazy. And I'm trying to debate whether I want to talk about the other thing I found out when I met you a week too late. But it just so happened she was already spoken for and already married. So all of the fun single lady stuff she didn't get to participate in because she had a ball and chain. But I tell her all the time, had I met her a couple of weeks earlier, it would have been a different turn of events.
That's how I remember the day we met so well because we met exactly 1 week after I got married.
Was it a week?
It was
Okay,
exactly a week.
that is so crazy. And it was just so fun because, and you've been divorced now for what? That we've been out of school for 27, so what, 26 years? Was it a
It,
year?
no, we met, I think it was August, I said August the 8th, but I think it was August the 9th, 1996. That's when we met.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she has been divorced for so long that I honestly forget that she was even married. It just seemed like one of them details that I tend to forget about. So both of us are divorcees, I guess you could say. And we're trying to think of a good story to share with y'all. Since she know where when I tell y'all, she know where all the bodies are buried. Uh, she will always be on my team because she know too much. She know too much. She got to stay on my team. I got to keep her on my good side because yeah, she know where all the bodies are buried. So speaking of husband, she was actually with me when I met my husband. So you've been around for a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff.
A lot of
So
things.
yeah, so I don't know. I think I may have given a little bit of this story before, but I actually won a free trip to Jamaica back in, what was it, 2004. It was right before I turned 30, and I wanted watching listening to a radio show. I was actually going in to try to win free tickets to see Barbershop 2, which was coming out. And like I tell people all the time, I sign up for every contest I see. I don't care what it is. I sign up for all of them. Because I'm like, you just never know. So while I was in there signing up for them tickets, I signed up for a trip to Jamaica. But I ain't think nothing of it. Just put the stuff in. So lo and behold, that evening, this was like in January. That evening before I got off work, radio station called. It was like, "You're our grand prize winner," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So they was like, "Do you know what you want?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to see Barbershop too." They're like, "No, you going to Jamaica?" And I'm like, "You know, yeah, let me tell you." As somebody who had never been out the country, I was giddy as a schoolgirl because I hadn't been nowhere outside of the United States. But my thing was, I kept thinking, is this really free? Because they told me you're going to the, what was it called, the Jazz Fest or something like that.
It was the jazz festival, yeah.
Yeah, it was some type of jazz festival they were having, and the trip included. I think we left on Wednesday and we came back Wednesday, like on Sunday, something like that. Um, so it was like a really big deal because like the flight was free, the concert admissions was free, and this was some of the people at the concert was like who was there? Um,
Alicia Keys.
mm-hmm.
Was
Kenny
it Kenny
Rogers,
Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. It was
Michael
so.
McDonald?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about him. I forgot about him. But it was a really nice lineup. This wasn't no like little cheesy trip. This was So I kept thinking, I'm like, it gotta be a catch to this. But so they told me, they said the only thing is in 2 weeks. So can you leave? Are you gonna be able to leave for the trip in 2 weeks? I'm like, yeah. Now mind you, I ain't asked nobody. I ain't asked no boss, no nothing. I'm like, yeah, I can go. And it was a trip for two. So as hard as much as you would think that would be something that would be easy to give away, a lot of people couldn't get off work. So my old buddy. Now how did you end up getting off work to go? Because everybody else couldn't get off work. Tanisha.
Huh?
I was asking Explain to the folks how you ended up being able to get out of work when nobody else could.
Well, see, I work at a special place where I just do what I want to do.
And then you tell them you won the trip too.
I think I did tell him I did tell my boss I wanted the truth.
I'm like, when you can't find nobody else to do some devilment with you and get out and do some stuff, I count on my dog. She gonna make
That's
a way.
right.
So the trip came up. It was like I think the third weekend in January or something like that. And honey, you talking about some. I'm trying to be some country folks that was excited to be going somewhere. And remember the night before we left. Remember, I waited till I'm a procrastinator, so I had waited till the last minute. Got on the road at like 10:30, headed to Atlanta because she lives in Atlanta. We're flying out of Atlanta, and so remember I got a flat, and then I had to call the roadside people. They came out there and put the spare on. Then the spare got a flat. So then I ended up calling them again. And I don't remember who did you come and pick you didn't come and pick me up, did you?
No, I don't think I picked you up.
Was it my brother? It might
I
have
do
been my
believe it
brother.
was him.
Okay. Because my brother was living in Atlanta at the time too. So I'm like, I'm not missing this trip. I'm going. I don't care what. So I had to leave my car. I hadn't crossed the state line. I was close to the Georgia state line, but I had to leave my car at a service station. And I think my brother came and picked me up and dropped me off at Tanisha's. Then he came back the next morning. Cause you didn't take me to get my car either, did you?
No, he did all that.
Okay. So yeah, my brother took me the next morning because I think our flight was leaving that afternoon at like 1 or 2 o'clock or something like that. So we got up at the crack of dawn, went down there, ended up having to get a tire. But anyway, either way, I made it back. We was getting on that plane. So um, we get our stuff together. We all packed up. We on the plane, skinning and grinning from ear
Yeah, I
to ear.
remember we were smiling ear to ear,
I think
just a grinning.
we were grinning for 5 days straight. my my damn face was hurting. I was like, this dog cheesing so hard the whole time. And back then you didn't have to have a passport, so I had my birth certificate, as we call it, and we got on the plane. So it wasn't a long flight either. It was what, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours,
I
something like
think it was 3 hours. And remember, the thing I remember most about the flight, that was when Air Jamaica was still in business, and you
that.
had
Oh,
the
they're
free
not in business
champagne
anymore.
toast.
Okay, okay. I didn't even realize they weren't in business anymore. They're not in business anymore.
I don't think they're in business anymore.
Okay. Well, honey, you couldn't tell us nothing, baby. We was on that plane and living in what we was living the good life. Now, mind y'all, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking they're gonna give me a bill for this damn trip. I got a feeling I'm gonna owe some money for this trip, but I'm like, I didn't ask the folks 2, 3 times when I called, about the information. Now I ain't gonna have to pay for nothing, right? you know. So sure enough, we get there, and honey, remember how we showed out in the airport when the plane landed? We done got off the plane and we started singing, "Damn, damn." We done hit the daylight come. Then they had, cause they had the little Jamaican band out there playing too. Then they playing some
Yeah,
little techno
they had the
music.
little shirts on and everything.
Yeah, we didn't hit a 2-step with the ultimate. Niggas ain't never been nowhere. Just acting up, acting a fool. So we got over there and we ended up figuring out what we need to do as far as get to the hotel. And was that when I think that was when we was leaving that I ain't realized they expect you to tip them. Remember, the guy I was just walking from like the door to the gate, not even the gate, to the thing where you check in. So like maybe 5 steps. And the guy was like I don't know if he was a sky cap or whatever, but he, offered to roll my bag. I'm like, okay, he's just being polite. Then he's standing there looking at me like I owe him some money. So he was like, he said something like, ma'am, this is how I make my living or something like that. And I'm thinking, shit, I ain't asked you to do that. I thought you were being polite. That man got mad at me about that tip. So
I
I'm
think
just like,
I think you had to lift your own bag when we left, cause
yeah, because I remember, nobody told us about customs when you go out of the country and what you supposed to do. I thought he was being a gentleman. And he looking at me like I done signed the contract. So then, we get in there and we in the van, head over there. And I don't know about you, but riding over there from the airport to the hotel was some scary stuff. Because some folks were driving so crazy. And then plus, we weren't used to riding on the wrong side of the road. So I I felt like I was about to die trying to get from the airport to the hotel. So we get over there and we get checked in and first thing I asked, now this free, right? I asked them for about 30 times. This free?
yeah, you did.
Now this part free, ain't it? But when I tell you we had the best time over there. Uh, you know, I think the first night, because we didn't go to we had missed out on the first night then when we got there as far as going to the concert. Because we went the second night, right? Or no, I forget.
We went Friday night. I think the concert was Friday night and Saturday night. Those are the 2 nights that we went.
Okay, I think
And I think
they
we got there
had it
Thursday.
because when we got there, they had it that night too. But I think we had missed you know, the shuttle or whatever, and we ended up going the next night or whatever. So, but the hotel was nice. What was it? I forgot what it was called.
It used to be called the Wyndham Rose Garden. I don't know what it's called now.
Was Rose Hall?
Uh huh.
Was it Wyndham Rose Hall or
Wyndham Rose Hall.
something like that?
Uh-huh.
It was really nice. It was a nice resort because that was the other thing I was concerned about. I'm like, this free. They might be finna put us up in a roach motel. So I was excited when I got there. And it was actually a nice place because I was like, because I'm real fun about stuff like that. Me and she'll tell you, I'm germophobic. I don't like a lot of public stuff. And my standards is like, if it can't be what I want it to be, I'd rather stay at home. I don't care if it is free. But it turned out to be a really nice place. Had some really nice employees there. And we was able to like with the trip, and we was able to eat and whether as long as we didn't get top shelf liquor, it was free or something like that.
Yeah, the alcohol was free. The food was included.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
but everything was there. There was no Top Chef alcohol. Remember?
oh, okay, because I know I drank more red stripe beer. Lord have mercy. I am a beer drinker, but I guess whatever they were, what I was used to drinking, because at that time I think we was drinking like Bud Lights or Michelob or something like that, and I think maybe that wasn't on the ones that we could have. So I
Yeah,
would
we
red
were Michelob drinkers, and they didn't have any.
yeah. So we the red striped stripped everything the whole weekend. And and I don't think other than going on the other than going to the concert, we didn't really do no excursion or nothing like that, right? I'm not
Remember, we
excursion.
got on the boat for a hot minute.
What boat was? Oh, the raft.
Uh huh.
There wasn't no boat here.
See, that's why we had to turn around and come back because they told us it was a boat. Then it was a
And this one got me, y'all. Now we out there, I don't know what sea we was next to. We out there with all this water, and she told me something. Let's do the raft thing or the boat thing or whatever. And I'm like, because I can't swim, and I'm looking at all that water out there, and I'm like, I don't know, but I let this one talk me into getting on the little raft thing. We get to going out there. She the one started freaking out to me. We had to go back. I'm like,
They had said it was a boat, but then it really was a boat.
and it wasn't nothing secure about it at all. I mean, if somebody had a nudge us the wrong way, we could have been at the bottom of the ocean.
And that little life jacket won't go do all that saving in that deep water.
Right. And he was the further we started going out, this helped him start panicking like, we need to go back. We need to go back. I thought it was gonna be me that was freaking out since she actually know how to swim, but she like, we gotta go back. We gotta go.
Well, the further we went out and the deeper the water got, the more the little raft was rocking. So I was like,
Right.
oh,
Right. It was so instant. It was like nothing was secure about it. And I'm like, usually when you do stuff, they got all these safety precautions. He told us nothing. He just
he told us
said,
to put on that life jacket. That was it. And I think we weren't even sitting on the thing. We were sitting on the edge of it.
right, right. But honey, we made it back, and that's the only thing. As far as like anything, like we ain't do no. But I don't even think they had that option to do like the what do you call it when you up in the air
The
and
parasail.
parasail. They didn't have none of them options and stuff, right? I
Mm-mm.
know when we went to
We had to pay for
Pocahontas,
that. That wasn't on the free list.
right, right, yeah, and we were doing none of one free. But I can tell you what, I ate, drank, slept, and partied for 5 days. And I mean we got it in. We and one thing she always teased me about back then when we went over there, I was probably about the same size I am now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was before I had, lost a lot of weight and stuff. And she told me, she's like, girl, you the hot commodity over here. They like you.
Didn't nobody pay me no attention.
It was so crazy because I'm used to, she's a little short, petite women usually when we go out, and plus I have my demeanor, people say I look mean. So a lot of times they'll approach her before they approach me. So we over there. And actually when I met my husband, we was standing in the lobby, right? And me and her standing there together, and he was like somewhere down the hall. It was like a little distance. And I don't what did he wave or he said come there or something like that he did.
I
And
don't remember no wave, and I remember a whole lot of grinning.
but he did something to get our attention. But I was thinking he was talking to you. So I remember saying, you talking like I'm pointing like you talking to her. And he was like, I was like, you talking to me? So I'm like, this don't never happen. And then, he was working at the hotel and she tells me, and I gotta admit, she might be on to something. I'm a sucker for a baby face. Like I never realized it, but usually the guys that I end up talking to, they have like a really young appearing face. So and the first thing that caught my attention is he was, his smile. And then he was like tall and stuff. And I was like, I ain't never seen no big Jamaican before. I thought all of them supposed to be, thin. It's stereotypical. But I thought all of them was gonna be thin and hair locks and all that stuff. And he's like 6'3", kind of heavy set. So I was like, is he even from here? But when I started talking to him, I didn't understand shit he was saying. I'm like, yeah, he from here. Look, I ain't never said what and so many times in my whole life. Everybody I met over there, I'm like, look, I'm from Alabama in the country. I need you to slow that down. I need you to slow that down and tell me so I can understand what you're saying. But yeah, it was a really nice hotel. We met some nice people. Tell them about we call them the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
Hmm.
Yeah.
These ladies where were they from? The UK?
They were from England, yeah.
And all of them had to be over 65.
Yeah, but they drank so, but they was hooking us up with the drinks. Because
Yeah,
they
and
knew how to order them.
right. And they was ordering the drinks, and they was like, then they had already been there for what? Like they said, they had already been there for like a week, and we left them still there. They was there. I guess that's how they do when they're on holiday. They were there for like I think they had intended on being there for like a month. And I'm like, shit, they got to have one because ain't no way I could go be gone. And it was a really nice hotel to stay there that long for like a month. It was crazy, but yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, and they was forever trying to get us to act the food, which went hard. We was acting the food the whole time we was over there. And you know, this was back when what song was that was out by R. Kelly that I was so crazy about? What was it? Step in the Name of Love. That was my theme song for the weekend. Because every time we went to this one particular bar, the dude would put it on replay. And Tanisha was like, I'm sick of that song. I'm like, I love that song. He was just playing back to back. But we had a good time then. Like, look, I had such a good time. I didn't want to leave the resort. The first night we went, who did we saw Kenny Rogers and Michael McDonald when we went to the jazz festival the first night. And
Yeah, because I think Alicia Keys was the headliner.
It was some other not as big names. But my thing with and this is me, Tanisha and Stephanie, they do a lot of those. Y'all do a lot of those shows where you bring your own chair and you sit out on the lawn. That's not me. I like my venues to be organized. I want a seat assigned to me so that can't nobody else take it. So when we got there, it was more like that. You brought your own blanket. Um, if you didn't bring a seat, you was either sitting on the grass or you was standing up. And it's like people were all in the way. I don't care for that type of thing. So it was fun, but I was just like, they need to be more organized than this. So the next night, the
Well,
next night,
I will say this: the porta potties were very clean, and they
really,
had attendance.
and see, I don't do public restrooms. I don't care what the circumstance is. So I didn't go to the bathroom, but I didn't remember you saying that part, but that was good. That it wasn't a mess. But yeah, we went to the concert that night. Then the next night, like you said, I think that was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And look, I had got so popular at the resort, I decided I didn't want to go to the
Yeah,
second
I went
night.
to the show by myself on Saturday. But you know what? I finally pulled me a man that night. He was just 80.
He was, hey, girl. I stayed at the resort. I'm like, shit, I don't need to go see no show. I can buy a Alicia Keys CD when I get home. I'm staying over here because this is where the fun is. So she then went and hopped on the bus and went on to the show. And me personally, I stayed back and was entertained. I went to the club they had in there. I been out to the pool. I done, did a little social butterfly. And I done found my ex, he my ex husband now. Found him when he clocked in to work and was hanging out with him. So I was having me a good time. At least he couldn't tell me nothing that I wanted to hear that was better than what was going on at that resort. So we had a good time. We had a good time. And I teased Tanisha because I was like, she was all being all shy and stuff. She did have one little dude. Hey, Vanessa Fisher. She said, I came in late. Where did y'all go? Girl, I'm telling them about the first time we flew out of the country when I went to Jamaica and met my husband. And this my friend here was my riding buddy. So we was over there acting a fool because we had never been nowhere. And it was a real nice hotel. We had a good time. And I done asked about 50 million times, is this free? Am I gonna have to pay for anything? And even when we got ready to leave, I kept thinking they was gonna say when we got ready to go and check out, I was waiting on them to hand me a bill, but there wasn't no bill. So I was like, let's get out of here before they figure it out. We done ran and jumped in the shuttle with the quickness, like. But I can't think of like was there anything negative about the trip to you? Because honestly, I don't really have no complaints from that trip.
My only complaint is the food. I'm a foodie. The food was
Yeah.
hamburgers and hot dogs
That
every single day.
and they had a couple of restaurants that you could like make reservations for, but and it was like an Italian. And this is my thing, like I don't know why they think places because this happened several times when I've traveled out of the country. Um, they want to make have all this American food to offer you when you get to the hotel. I'm like, shit, we done left hamburgers and hot dogs in the United States. We ain't come all the way over here to eat that. We want to eat some authentic, Caribbean stuff. And yeah, the food was not that great. It was not that great because they kept trying to do their own uh version of American food, and I'm just like, no. And then my thing too, I don't like eating outside. And they a couple of times, it was a buffet style and flies and stuff. I don't do all that. But I guess that would be the only complaint for food. Cause the room was nice.
The room was very nice.
Cause then we
The
had like the ocean view. I know we had a balcony.
we had a back. No, we had garden view.
Okay.
It was an
Okay.
ocean.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like I didn't have a single complaint. And I think, yeah, because I had such a good time. I turned around and came back by myself. What was that? Like 6 months later? No,
Yeah.
it was like October. We went in January, so like 9 months later, I went on back over there on my own, on my own. And yeah, that was a good trip. But yeah, I have to keep this one on my side because she know enough stuff from that trip alone to blackmail me for the rest of my life.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I tell y'all all the time, I don't tell stories where I come out looking bad. So y'all are getting the edited version of this story. Just know that your girl had a good time. And that was in 2004. And I ended up marrying um my husband what 2009. So that was like 5 years later. So what started out is like a little vacation fling. Everybody was teasing me because he was actually 8 years my junior. So I was 30 and he hadn't even turned 21 yet. He was turning 21 later that year. So yeah, everybody was teasing me, calling me Stella. I ain't care. I be that. I be Stella. But yeah, he ended up moving over to the States. And let me see, that was 2004. He moved over to the States in 2006 or 7 and reached back out to me and we ended up linking up as they say. And I ended up moving down to where he was in Florida and lo and behold, now I'm an ex Miss Somebody. That's the condensed version of that too. But yeah, we had a good time. We had a real good time. Since then, where have we traveled out? The only place me and you have been together since then is Punta Cana, right?
Yeah, we went to Punta Cana. Was that 2016?
I think so. Because I went back to Jamaica with Stephanie and because we were doing that trip for her birthday, and that was 2008, I believe. And then I went back again in 2017 with Sheila. But me and you, that was our up until we went to Punta Cana. That was our last trip together, huh?
Yep.
Because I don't even think we did anything. Did we do anything in the States?
No, we ain't do no.
Yeah, I'm
Where did we go to Gulf Shores? Was that before or after Jamaica?
trying. Okay, yeah, that was. Let me see. I don't know. I done got old now, so the timeline is off.
I'm old too. I don't remember either.
Cause I'm trying to think. What was I? I was working at. Was I working at UAB? at the time, or was I in shit? It depends on where I was working. Hey, bench thinker. Bench thinker says hello, Melissa and guest. Bench thinker, this is my friend Tanisha that I talk about all the time. My partner in crime. I talked her into coming on with me today and hanging out, and we were just kind of recapping uh our first trip out of the country when we went to Jamaica, like ugh,
Melissa,
years ago.
Melissa, you have to rephrase how you say that. Don't
Well,
say our first trip out of the country. Say our first international trip.
okay, yes, our first international trip when we went to the island of Jamaica.
Thank you. That sounds so much better.
But yeah, this my partner in crime for real, because like, once we finished school, she moved back. She's originally from Georgia, so she moved back, and she was in Atlanta. So Atlanta and Birmingham, where I and our other buddy, we were roommates. My other buddy Stephanie that lives in Atlanta now. It was only like what 2 hours. If I drive right, I can make it an hour and a half from Birmingham to where she lived in Atlanta. And it wasn't nothing for me to get off work on Friday. I already have a bag packed, and she like, if you got gas money, I got the rest. And I would be on I-20, headed east, wide open, in gym. My the car that I tell people about all the time, it was the $50,000 car. Not because it cost that much, but because that's how much I spent by the time I finished paying for it. Um,
But
I
I miss
was
Jim. We had a lot of good times at Jim.
we had a lot of good times in gym, but I had a lot of bad times in gym because gym ain't had no air. Shoot,
But Jim will ride though.
riding in the summertime felt like you were riding inside a dryer. All that hot air blowing. I told you one time I broke down and went to crying because it was so when I was living in South Carolina, and with that job, I would try to leave. I was traveling the whole week, and when I got off on Friday, I would be going back from wherever I was staying at. So most times I would try to get off early on Friday so that I could get home before it started getting hot. Because once it started getting hot, and I ain't got no air in that truck, it was ugly. So I don't know what had happened this particular time, but I got back to Columbia right at rush hour, and it was so hot. And I was in the car like, it just don't make no sense. I was like, I worked too hard to be riding and living like this. Girl, I had my mouth straight back and I was crying because I was like, it don't make no sense for it to be this damn hot. It's stuck in traffic. But yeah, I had Jim too. When I finally put Jim down, it had almost 300,000 miles on it. Because me and that truck went everywhere. It went from Alabama to Georgia. It went back to Alabama. It went to North Carolina. It moved to South Carolina. It moved to Florida. I got that truck in, I want to say it was a 97, but I think I got it in 99. And I didn't put it down to 2000 and after 9 was born. So shit. And after 2010, when I moved back to Alabama in 2012, I didn't bring the truck. I left it. I was like, a friend of mine was, because I had another vehicle too, and uh, I had another vehicle while I was married. I drove my vehicle and I let my husband drive the truck. Well, since things didn't end on a very bright note, even though I was leaving Florida and it was going, I couldn't take it back with me. Instead of leaving it for him, I left it with another friend just so he would have nothing to drive. So, I ain't perfect. So yeah, I ended up telling her after so long, I'm like, you know what? Um, I I'll send you the title. You can keep it, you can sell it, whatever you want to do with it. Because honey, it had gave me some good years, but it wasn't worth me trying to go back to Florida and bring it back to Alabama. So yeah, me and Jim had a long history. That truck went everywhere, but yeah, it wasn't nothing. On Friday, for me to get out of work and head there, and then we had our little routine. We went to Club 112 on Friday night. And then what was the one on Saturday on Portland Street?
Club
And
Esso.
ESO, yeah. So we would do that on Saturday night, and we would be going to as we still call it, tear the club up. You can't tell us
We
nothing,
should try to tear the club up again sometime.
girl. I done got too. Oh, I don't even know if I can even put any damage on the club. I might not be able to tear it up. I might not even be able to, put a hurt on the club no more. But that was our routine. We went, and it was so funny because we both smoked Black and Miles, and she had moved to Atlanta, and she had got all persnickety, right? So she like, I'm old school and I'm country, so I would put my pack of Black and Miles. I got the kind of cleavage I can keep whatever I want in there. I used to have my keys down there, my ID, my money, and a pack of Black and Miles. She gonna tell me, we this is Atlanta. We buy our Black and Miles at the club when we get there. I said, well, how much is it? What money, like $2 a black or something like that?
I
Tanisha,
think they were
I thought it was high.
no, it was $1 a black. It wasn't
But
$2.
but then think about it though. Back then you could get a pack for $2. And you gonna pay $1 for one? Shoot, my country came out for real. I was like, you can pay a
Well,
dollar.
I didn't have no cleavage. I could keep buying it, so I had to buy the dollar was out the bathroom.
Look, she tried to get all hyperfluid on me to something. We buy Black and Miles at the club
Look,
here.
I was hating.
Look, I was like, I ain't from here. So I'm gonna do it the way I do it.
I was trying to make you feel bad because you had something I ain't had.
Yeah, she ain't had the cleavage to do all that. Yeah, I was stacked to a point that I could probably put whatever I needed to in mine. But I'm like, shoot. And then remember, it was a couple times, it used to be the thing. They had free for 11 or something like that.
Hey,
And
free
we would
what?
get there free,
Yeah, it was free admission before 11.
but here's the thing. We would get there before 11, but a lot of times the line would be so long that by the time you get up to the door, it'd be after 11 o'clock. So we had to make a choice because you remember they would charge us to park, right? It'd be like maybe $10 a park. And we probably
Hmm.
only had $20. We
For
had
the
the
entire weekend. And
yeah, we had
we were trying to party
$10
two nights off that 20.
right. We had $10 a park, and then we had some change left to get a drink. And then, we was gonna have to, well, like I said, in this country over here, she the girl. So she would get the drink. And remember, somebody buy you a drink and then you leave them come up there and let me drink something. That would be so funny because the man has spent the money on her and she like, I'll be right back. She come over there, let me drink some of the drink. We was pitiful, but we had a good time. Because
But those are some good memories, boy.
I remember one time we didn't even get to go in because we was like, shit. And they was like, it's after 11. I'm like, we just paid $10 to park. So we can't, we got to pay to come in. And we was like, well, we got to go home because we ain't got no $10 a piece to get up in here. But yeah, we had some good times. We did that up until what? 30s?
I think we did that up until I started working here. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, it was bench thing. We had a lot of fun. A lot of times the broke times be way more fun than when you finally get on your feet. Now we didn't have some good times since we got on our feet too, but you have to use your imagination during the broke times to make things happen. And
we really don't have no good funny stories after we got on our feet now, do we?
not really. Well, remember the night we was in Applebee's and I thought I was gonna have to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah.
And my brother was
And I
there.
thought we'd have to hold you back.
Right. One thing about me, I'm a very mellow person. I don't have a quick temper. But if you disrespect me, it's over. So the girl that was sitting at the bar, I'm sitting there listening to her talk about me. And I'm like, I know this bitch ain't talking about me and I'm sitting right here. So before I knew it, things had went left. And Tanisha and Stephanie was like, what's going on? They didn't know what had happened because they was over there entertaining whoever they was entertaining. Next thing they knew, everybody was standing up like, what you want to do? And my brother, he's so crazy. I tell y'all, my brother is the type, he ain't got to know what's going on. All he want to know is which one. Which one we finna get. He don't care about no details. He'll find that out later. Yes, man, think of me. I I don't do disrespect. It was that time. Another time, was you with us, Tanisha? I don't think you was with us. When Stephanie lived in Nashville, we went to a club there, and I think it was me and Shonda and Stephanie.
No, I wasn't there that time.
Yeah, and I think it was the bartender or the waitress or something that had said something like, and I was finna tell her ass, and we ended up having to leave. So it's like, yeah, don't be disrespectful. Long as you keep it cute, I'm gonna keep it cute too. But yeah, I think that's the only time since we didn't, kind of got established that was like super funny. But we had some good times, some crazy times. We did some crazy stuff, some stuff that what the story didn't turn out so good, but it was still funny. So yeah, I appreciate our friendship. It's saying like it's always good when you meet somebody and even though you just meet them, you feel like you done known them your whole life. And that was kind of what I got when I met Stephanie and Tanisha. We met in our esteemed career training. We all sitting there going to school for something. Well, they knew what they was going for. I just knew I was there. But it worked out. It worked out. So, Tanisha, thank you so much for jumping on with me today. It's already 47 minutes. I try not to go over an hour. So, I appreciate you jumping on. Hopefully, you'll come back because, y'all, we got 1,000,001 stories. We just have to do some edited versions sometimes. But we got a lot of stories over the last 27 years. And hopefully, next time we can get Stephanie on too because we call ourselves the Good Times Clique. I'm going to tell y'all why. Not because of the ball. We did have a lot of good times, so it's like a double meaning to it. But we call ourselves a good time because we were broke in college, just like the Evans family. And our theme song was a good time theme song. You talking about three broke individuals. So her nickname was Booty Hop because she was always into the hip hop and all the dancing and dance machine and everything. Stephanie, we call her club queen because regardless of what club you brought up, she done been there. She done been there and she done parted there. I don't care what you name. Stephanie had been there. And I was po house. And that says it all. I was living in the po house. I ain't never had no money. I ain't have money for nothing. So this is my UAB good times clip. The Lord has brought us an extremely long way. So, it's been a blessing. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on, Tanisha. And I'm trying to come back Monday. I'm trying to keep this going. So we'll see how long it lasts this time. Bye, y'all.